What's up, everybody? I'm Joe.
And I'm Blair.
And you're on the air with Joe and Blair.
Woo, woo.
Ooh, the air horn's back, guys. Yeah.
Yo, can you send me the link real quick?
Wait, what link? Oh, to the YouTube?
Yeah. Oh, wait. I just go.
Yeah, if you go to...
Yeah. I gotta send this to
some people.
Yeah, because they're like, yo, send me the link as soon as you...
Go live?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should pull up the chat, too, because the chat, I always get in late, and I never know what anybody's talking about. So welcome, everybody. Welcome. We got, 3 people in the chat right now. Welcome back to another episode. And,
yeah, okay, cool. Bam.
How was your day, Blair?
It's great. I did something dumb yesterday. So,
Regretful
only
dumb?
had 1 meal yesterday. I had a protein shake and 1 meal.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I had a meal, and I had a protein shake, like right before I went into work. And I was like, okay, I think I should be good. Like, I'm about to work out when I get back home. And, man, the power of food took over. And so I got
hangry?
I went to go get food, and I was like, okay, Blair, you're going to eat this food, but you're going to say, fuck it. You're going to go to the fucking gym after 30 minutes. I don't give a fuck. Go. And just that body, just eating and trying to work out right after wasn't working. So I was just like, damn, let me look up Google. And I looked up Google, like, is it good to work out, like, rather than eating? And so scientifically, it's not, like, the best thing, but
it's like the pool, you got to wait an hour or something.
There has been people that it doesn't affect their bodies. Like, people can eat a lot and then go work out, and they won't get nauseous or throw up or anything.
Yeah, it's true. I guess it depends on your reflux status as well.
Yeah, so that's what I was kind of like, but I was like, damn, so I didn't get to do my abs. So
you gave up halfway through? You just got hungry and then you're just like, fuck it.
Yeah, I couldn't because I just was feeling so bloated, and I was just like, fuck, man. I was so disappointed in myself that I was like, nope, today I'm killing myself for fucking up. You just had it, the ball
doing
going.
It the other way.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's what happened today. So.
Yeah, I'm better now. Like, I got my workout in, did my abs. I'm still fat, but, it's okay.
Working on it.
Who doesn't like a little chubby, A little chubby.
I go.
All right. So, you guys know why you're here. Not for us. Some of you guys are for Joe.
Maybe. I appreciate it.
That was pretty smooth. That was pretty smooth. Like, no, maybe.
Shit.
Definitely not for my broke ass. Wink, wink. But, we got a special guest. This guy comes from Australia. He's actually born in New Zealand.
Crikey.
So, fuck, I'm going to butcher this last name, but let's see. I got it.
Here we go.
Without further ado, please help me welcome to the couch for casting couch, Andre Montano. Fuck, I'm so bad. What's up, baby?
What's up, dude? How you doing?
I'm good.
Montano. Yes.
Montano. Guys, I was trying to figure this out like before the show started. So, are you really from New Zealand, Australia?
Who the hell told you that?
No, I know.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I could even
exactly. I was trying, like, did he ever have an accent? Like, that was pretty good.
Did he have
like name a city in either.
It's pretty funny if you came on with an accent, like, oh shit, he's going with it.
Crikey.
Down under.
Oh man.
Shrimp on the
so
barbie.
where are you from? Let them know where you're from, actually.
Hello. Yes. Hello. My name's Andre Montano. Hometown, I'd say it's like San Diego. I spent most of my childhood down there. Went to high school out there. Spent most of my years after education and schooling. Moved to Long Beach recently, almost about a year ago, which has been really good. Being closer to LA for acting and stuff like that. But love San Diego. Consider that where I learned the most. Where
San Diego,
the Sandiest of Vagos.
So I was
actually
thinking
German for whale's vagina.
That's right.
Yeah,
Really?
Yes.
Right.
What?
Yeah, discovered in 1856. Yeah, by the Kaiser.
What? There's some knowledge.
Have you ever noticed Anchorman? It's from Anchorman.
Oh God, I don't
San
remember that
Diego.
shit.
San Diego.
Whale's vagina.
I was hanging out with some people that said San Diego, and I was like, it's actually San Diego. And then they're like, wait, no, it's not. And I was like, oh, God.
It's like what apparently if you say like, what is it, San Fran? Everybody gets uppity. Like no. People from San Francisco don't call it San Fran.
What do they call it?
California Cali?
Oh, that's another thing.
Oh,
another
shit.
thing.
That's another. If you're from Cali, if somebody says Cali,
everyone's like, "Oh, so you're from Cali? You're Cali." What the fuck does that even mean? What is that?
I don't know. I just say Cali. I do actually, but I'm not from here, so it's okay. I don't know. I'm not from here. I'm from Nebraska.
you're one of them.
Nebraska. One of them. That's corn, right?
Yeah.
Corn Huskers.
Is it corn?
I wonder if Marquette is watching.
He's probably watching.
I
Like I
hope.
said, with
He
the
better.
Snuggie, he's probably
He better be
all
fucking watching.
Cuddled up with some
Marquette, if you
popcorn.
watching,
You
like
better
say
be-
what's up on the comments or
Say
something.
hello.
Don't be shy.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's ever watching?
probably-
Say what's up.
Yeah. All right. Man, so actor, model, singer.
A little bit.
A little bit. I've seen that. So,
Triple threat.
triple threat, actually, yeah, you dance too, right? I'm sure.
Yeah. Took
Quadruple
some,
threat.
Ooh.
Chitty chitty bang bang. Bow bow bow.
Funny enough, that was actually my name in college.
What?
Don't talk about those days.
Oh gosh.
But now we will.
Now
Bring it back up.
Yeah. So, personal question.
Yeah.
How old are you? If you don't want to say.
26.
26?
26.
It looked like you all had to think about 26. Shit.
26.
26.
26. Turned 26.
Wait, what
on
did
the
I lie on my
26th.
resume? I think I said 22. Okay, but I'm 26.
On the 26th this year.
Okay, nice. So how did you get into the whole entertainment business? Was it something that from childhood, or just kind of someone was like, "Hey, you should try this out"?
As growing up, always loved the experience of going to the movies. It was always something that was very positive. People always just got into it. And I remember, I don't necessarily remember my first movie, but I remember as a kid just the experience of, getting in the car, we're, making a day of it kind of thing. And even afterward, just being so enveloped with the storyline of, I don't know if you ever watched, like X-Men or something, you feel
hell
like
yeah.
X-Men afterwards,
Yeah.
I just thought there was always something so cool about how these people on a screen could do that and create such a feeling out of me.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to do it. And I actually, when I was a kid, I suffered from really bad stage fright. I was always that kid that would be like in line at the time. You got this. It's just the stage. It's nothing. And then get up there and be like, well, I'll never forget. I had this like talent show, totally bombed it. Totally just couldn't say a word, but grew into it more. Did it in high school. Did it here and there, just with modeling and stuff, and practice. Took some classes, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy sitting down and looking at the an actor. What makes a good actor? The facial. Nuances, little ticks and tricks, how to portray an emotion and stuff. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun working with it and going down that rabbit hole. And it's been interesting. You meet a lot of cool people, a lot of interesting people. For instance, we just met kind of because of another friend.
Yeah, Eli.
Yeah, because of
Eli.
Eli.
Yeah.
And that never would have happened,
Which probably just
I say that might be him right here.
on cue, but I have my damn tacos.
Hold on, is it Jack in the Box? Is it Jack in the Box?
Come say hi, Eli.
Or is it Taco Bell?
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys. You guys know who Eli is. He just strolled in. But
yeah, just essentially that. I really enjoy the kind of the positive feeling that you get from it, and a lot of people really gravitate towards that kind of feeling. And I've never really been a good artist. I've never really been that, but expressing kind of an art form through physicality, as far as moving and being a character. That's sign me up. Hell
acting is fun.
Did you start out doing theater first and then get into more film?
Yeah, did theater first, theater background.
I can definitely tell.
Yeah,
you have that theater vibe.
Theater background. And with that, there's a lot of good stuff with that because you get some grounding. You definitely get some good teaching and good discipline with marks and breaths and beats and honoring a line and yada yada. But there's also sometimes you overact. It's like relax. There's not an audience there. It's just a fucking camera. So you learn out of those bad habits and stuff, but. Yeah, I love film. I think film's great. It's adaptive. It's very...
You get a lot of tries.
A lot of tries.
Because in stage theater, it's like, well, you forget. That's it.
You're going for a piece. So, like, let's say we're hitting Macbeth, right? It's been done so many times that people know, like, the perfect Macbeth and the worst Macbeth, right?
Yeah.
The perfect one is when you hit all the notes, all the points, yada, 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 yada. And you can make it interpretive or whatnot, but people know a good show when they see a good show.
Of course.
With film, it's cool that you can take one take and say, hey, you know what? Scrap that. We're going to flip it on its head. Let's try it this way. And then that shot be... all right, cool. This is where we're going, and it's a new arc. It's a whole new story. I think that's cool. I think that's what's a really cool part with it.
100%. I definitely admire the theater people because of the. It definitely tests your memorization.
Oh my god,
100%. I'm not saying that film actors can't memorize stuff, but if you definitely have a theater background first.
Some of the most long-winded dialogues of like, why the hell am I still talking?
Oh,
like there's been times I've been like 2 minutes in and it's like, am I still like in my head like, who would listen this long? No way.
Oh man.
Yeah, very very long, but exactly that. Memorization skills, how to break up a chunk of something, hot words kind of thing. And in theater, it's a little bit more rigid that you have to hit the line. You can't really diverge a lot.
Yeah. Unless the director.
And I've always been such an improv kind of like, let me, ers or ahs, kind of making my own kind of breath. And that was always my biggest thing with theater, that I was like, you know what, I'm going to try film. I'm going to try this kind of more make a character my own kind of thing. And it's been a lot more... it's still challenging in that sense because I still have to figure out what the fuck my character even is. Yeah. But I think more just in my wheelhouse, more fun, definitely.
I don't like black box shows.
Say that 5 times.
Black box.
Black box. Blah 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 blah. Because they're so intimate to the point that like. If, like, for me, I did a show called Playboy of the Western World.
Okay.
And I didn't know, like, where my friends were at in the audience, but I knew they were there.
They're there, yeah.
So when I was walking to the edge of the set to give out a line, and as I look up, they're all right there. And I'm just, like, still doing my line, but inside I'm like, no, you fuckers, you're all right here. And they're just like...
right there, you can't see a lick. You can't see nothing.
And I was like, damn. And then what's even sucky about that is after I got done saying the line, I just had the director had me stay there while another. So I just was sitting there and they were just looking at me like, and I'm just like, fuck, stop. Oh man. But no, it's definitely challenging.
It's challenging but fun. I think later on in if I can make this a career, if I can, I would love to get back into theater and do that again because I did have a great time with it. It is a lot of fun.
Oh no, it is.
Production.
It was fun.
Top to bottom, it's super fun.
It's going to be one of the last things to come back, unfortunately.
It's unfortunate.
I think Broadway's coming back next year, right?
They're closed for the season.
Yeah, I know they're closed this year, but
I just keep hearing things are open, not open, not. You know what I mean?
And Cali just assume everything's closed until you hear. Somebody stop. Let me say it. Like, I'm not from here.
No, I love it. No, I love it.
Let me say it.
I love it.
But like in other places, things seem to be like, oh yeah, we're open. I don't know about you guys.
Just doing their fucking thing.
Yeah, just chilling.
Just chilling.
People don't give a shit.
Whatever.
Right. So did doing the theater acting, did that how did the modeling thing come into place? Accident, or was it just like
kind of funny enough, honestly? So this is I love this story because it's one of those stories. Before Tinder, right? There was this app called Hot or Not.
Oh God!
I don't know if you remember.
I remember that app.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
I remember that app.
It's one of those like, do you know what
And I was never not.
hot or not, right? Ended up matching with this girl, so I go on a date. We're on a hot or not date, and it's down in San Diego. And in San Diego, there's this mall where the food court, it's all outside except for the stores. So the food court is just a straight shot across from the movie theater.
One of the malls, guys.
One of the malls, not all of them. Walking to the movie theater, this guy just comes up to me and he's like, and I'm like 19 at the time. He's like, "Hey, who's your agent?" Blah 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 blah, and I'm like, "The fuck, what?" And I'm about to be like, "No, go," and she's just like, "What?" And I'm like, "Agent? What?" And he's like, "Yeah, who's represented by?" And he starts throwing out all these like model terms and stuff, and she's just eating it up, and I'm just like, Yeah. Gas me up. What's up? So we just start going into it. He like eventually gives me his card and like his number and all this stuff. We go into the theater and I'm just like, all right, yeah, hot or not? No,
And she's like, I didn't know you were a model. And you're like, yeah.
Didn't know you were a model. That's a line right there. I didn't either. Let me tell you right now. Didn't know. Saw the movie. And actually, she turned out to be a great girlfriend for a while. We broke up after a minute, and that it turned out to be a scam. Right, that turned out to be this big old like.
Oh, I thought you said the
money.
girlfriend.
No.
Girlfriend turned to be a scam.
Lost money.
She took everything from me.
Didn't really learn anything, kind of stuff. But what I did learn was like I did like it. I did a few shoots here and there. And I liked it enough. I was like, this is kind of cool. It's adaptive. I can kind of go in and be like a character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, we're doing a shirt shoot. Just in my head, just telling myself this is a character kind of thing. And it's like practice for acting kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Would start to do that. And even, started to become my own manager. I took like just an online course for management and that stuff. And started booking my own stuff. Went through Craigslist kind of stuff. And there's a shit ton of stuff on Craigslist not to do. Let me tell you that. Don't do Craigslist. Don't do that.
Yeah, we all know about the
However,
Craigslist.
I did find just like one or two little gems of like local clothing brand. We'll give you like 75, put on the shirt, yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
What I do is then use that for a headshot and then roll to the next thing. And I really just got good at versing in networking, doing brand ambassador work. I would ask friends that I would see do like trade shows and stuff, how do you get this?
Yeah.
Download this app, do this marketing agency, sign up with this, yada, yada, yada. You do that enough, you create kind of a bubble of a profile. All right, I've done like Comic-Con because I signed up with,
yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like stuff
Definitely
like that.
remember seeing
so you
you
do
do
like brand ambassador jobs. That's like cool high profile stuff, and through that you meet like this model that's doing this and they're signed with this agency, and just throughout Southern California, or people that travel to do trade shows and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Through that created kind of a network of like, oh yeah, I know this photographer, or I know this event that's coming up. Marquette, even when they were doing Pitch down in San Diego, which was this show that they shot on Fox for about a girl pitcher.
Yeah.
He told me about that, and that was just through, because he knew I was looking for stuff, and he didn't even really know I was an actor at the time. He was just like, hey, I seen you applying for things on Facebook. Here's this.
Networking.
That was a great networking. So I
Yeah.
just learned how to network, learn how to get that ball, put my name down on a lot of lists kind of things.
But you say ambassador is probably the best. Brand ambassador is probably the best way
Brand
in.
ambassador stuff is dope because
That's what Raven does.
Yeah.
I have a few agencies that I work with that's like, hey, come out to this pop-up that's for Verizon, and we're doing totes, and all you have to do is man this machine. It's going to be 8 hours, and it's $25 an hour. Great. Next day, we're doing the same for Geico or something. You know what I mean? Like things like that.
Yeah.
And there's enough stuff that before all this was going on, you just build that, and then through that you'll meet like a guy doing a behind the scenes like photography. Oh, are you a photographer outside of this? Yeah, here's my card. Cool. What are you doing? Great. Let's get a shoot in. Kind of things like
Yep.
that. Just being tenacious enough and persistent that created that. Did Fashion Week San Diego, stuff like that. And
Oh, dope.
yeah, modeling always became like that business side of it. It was really fun to like network and to make those emails and to like feel more adult the more I got versed in it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, kind of take it like a role, like take it like one time, and this is when it really hit me. One time I had to do this like light up vest thing that was like all LED that he controlled on his phone app. I was like, I would never in my life wear this. But maybe Brian, whatchamacallit, fucking would. And so I really had to get into it like that. It was a great shoot. It was a lot of fun. And proceeding going forward. The end game is hopefully acting. The end game is hopefully to make that a consistent kind of trait. Just love the act of it. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's dope. I think it's a sick trait. Everything from the editing to the lighting to the setup here, you know. I think it's sick. Modeling's fun, but end game would be the acting shit.
Probably for modeling and acting right now, you probably got more modeling gigs, right? Because
a lot of that, a lot of brand ambassador stuff, because a lot of stuff is transitioning onto online. So there,
you'd have to be a brand ambassador online.
Not necessarily brand ambassador, but I'm doing like brand shoots. So like I was just in San Diego for like a clothing line, and it was like a 6-person team, but we were all outside, and it was just like that is going to be used specifically online for their commercial use and website use and all that jazz. So a lot of companies that used to be retail or own a business that had a store or something have to now do online specifically or just online. And through that, a lot of marketing agencies are getting some work and stuff.
How kind of crazy were they with the COVID thing? Where they like come with masks and then only when you're shooting then you can take them off and put them back on?
Definitely have to sign waivers. They're definitely very, very careful with them. Yeah. Especially who I work with. Just because you don't want to chance it, you don't want to do kind of, it's not really worth it.
Because they'd be liable. And that's the thing. So they're super careful.
And you as an individual, you have to kind of weigh the options of that. Like, is it worth it to do it? How careful are they going to be when I show up?
Yep.
So most of whoever I've worked with throughout this time, especially during this time, clauses here, sign this. Have you been sick? They're check my temperature when I get there. I've been tested multiple times. Fortunately, we've been, negative, been good. I don't want to chase it, but I've been good. But yeah, with this, it's difficult. There was a period of time where there was nothing to do. There was just like 2 months of no work. There was just jack shit. And then out of nowhere, there was kind of just like, well, what do we do kind of thing? Like, what do we do with our hands kind of move. So a lot of, like I said, companies transition to an online profile specifically. And through that, they've had to kind of reformat, well, how do we do a shoot? We can't have, a waiting room. We can't have 6 people on and do this. We have to do it, spread it out and stuff. So they're getting work, but it's almost like a job you can knock out maybe in a day will take them the week to do for that one client. You know what I mean? It's like every day it's like a different something. You know what I mean? Things like that. You space it out. And you just kind of find work where you can in those things and be as safe as possible.
Definitely. For sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, I've definitely, on LA Casting, when it comes to like music videos, anytime, they never say anything about a COVID test. Never. And I'm just like, oh, music videos, they just don't care.
They're sketchy.
They just want
music videos.
Yeah,
because you were saying that they let them just smoke and drink and whatever.
Yeah,
on set.
I did something for
fucking whatever
I
looks
was
cool.
YG's double in a music video.
Oh shit!
And after the director was like saying his speech, he literally said, "Yeah, you guys can't drink, but we don't care." And we were outside in this drive-through theater, and after he gave the okay for people to drink and smoke, I can understand, like, I guess, like, people having weed in their car. Right. But it's the fact that, like, I saw so many people pull out alcohol. And I'm like, dang, y'all just have alcohol in your car? Just like weed? Okay, that's understandable, I guess. But alcohol? Like, they were just pulling it out.
The
like
emergency bottle of Henry. Oh, thank God, it's still here.
Yeah, I'm just like, what? Yeah, and you're not supposed to. Like, you're not supposed to have, like, real alcohol. You're not supposed to have, like, real smoke. Otherwise, like, shoots could get get shut down. Fine, you know how it goes. Yeah, but music videos, man, those briefs, little info, they don't say nothing about COVID tests. But like any acting thing, must take a COVID test like on this day. That. I'm like, but music, they don't give a fuck.
The union for acting is serious as hell. They are all about it. They will come down on you hard. They'll just destroy the entirety of your production. Yeah. With music videos, it's almost just like, hey, up and coming artist, got a nice camera. Yeah. You fine as hell. You coming through. You know what I mean? We're gonna rent this Airbnb up here and make it look nice.
And then the video blows up though.
Honestly, and that's why I say like I can't really speak a lot. Like to each their own. Like to do your shit. If you make it that's you. Go for it. I mean,
if you got $1 million off it, wow.
Hell yeah. I can't.
Everybody got COVID. Worth it.
Worth
shit.
Shit.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like it's that flux right now. It's because it used to before all this. What would you say about that? Just a music video popping off, whatever. You know, you wouldn't really say much. It's just kind of like another day in the neighborhood. Right?
Yeah.
Whatever. Now it's just like. And I get it because to make a music video is a lot. It is the whole SAG or union production. It is a whole top to bottom, and there's a lot of hoops to go through, and there's a lot of no's, and there's a lot of even if you wanted to, I mean, look at music videos. They're creatively just to that assessment. I just watched with my girlfriend that fucking whatchamacallit, the WAP video music.
Yep.
Jesus Christ! Can you imagine the clauses on that shit? Can you imagine how much they had to be like. Each take,
wiping down.
But that probably cost him. I think I read somewhere that Cardi B spent like $100,000 on COVID testing alone for that one thing.
Yeah, and it's not like they had a lot of people in there either.
Crazy, you know. Yeah. So it's kind of that like if you can get away with it, get away with it. You know, if it's like, hey, if it's out there, can you prove that we didn't be safe? Then
well, see, and now too. Background stuff is getting smaller.
Oh my god!
Like they're not accepting like a lot of people now. It's just like we'll take like 15 people and we'll just kind of reuse those people throughout the whole entire thing. So
have you guys got on central casting? It's good. It's good. But the verse of it anymore. It used to just kind of be like we send an email or they would text you with stuff. And it's still great, but now it's like you have to get tested beforehand or like a week and a half beforehand or something of that nature. Yeah. It's just a whole lot more hoops to go through, and they're still casting for stuff. But I can only imagine, like you said, it's the same like kind of 15 people, and they kind of have to maybe cover their bases and say, oh, it's an open casting, but really we know this person's safe. We know this person's safe. Why take the chance?
Yeah.
And why take the chance?
My agent told me recently that they took away the co-star role. So now they don't have that as a role anymore. It's just like guest star and then
guest star, yeah.
And the co-star, for people that don't know, is just somebody that, like, if Joe and Andre were the leads and they came in a gas station and I just had one line. That's literally all it is. So it's like cool because then you got that one line you said in front of a famous star, but like it literally it's whatever.
That one line can lead to a lot. I've seen a lot of one-line actors get multiple lines in the next thing.
Of course. But then it's also those one-line actors, they put in a lot of work behind the scenes. Yeah. Definitely. So now you sing though. A little bit. I've seen it. Is that something that you like? I'm not asking you to do it right now, baby. And this is American Idol.
Right.
No, everything shifts over.
Was raised by my mom. Sings fucking beautifully. My grandmother sings fucking beautifully. So I was raised by like really, really beautiful singers, right? And I myself just fucking in the shower.
I'm not doing
whatever. But I don't have any like I haven't trained or any of that shit. Just that's what I'm saying. With acting and stuff, I've learned to kind of mimic that with like impressions, doing accents and stuff, because I want to get into it, so I want to mimic it. So I've learned to kind of listen like that. So with that, I've practiced singing as well, and just inflections on certain words and shit like that. And I mean, I'll be honest, fucking singing's fun. I like to sing.
Oh, definitely.
Low key's a lot of fun. So I've been working on that, practicing that, and I think just getting into it seriously. You can't just be I'm an actor anymore. You can't just I don't know of any just actors anymore, because you're either an actor / director / writer /
100%.
actor / singer / dancer, actor / something. So it's
back then that would have been okay.
Back then you could just be an actor
and that's it.
Cool.
That's it.
You think Willem Dafoe fucking has to worry about singing lessons? Yeah, he was an actor. No one gave a shit.
That's it. Now it's like you got to be more.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's that actor / thing. So that business card has to be so fucking long. That
it's also because back then they didn't have social media.
That's true.
So if you know, I'm in America, but you're in overseas. Back then, no one would know how great you are at all. But with those social media, now it's like, well, Blair, now you got the two named Andre that were flying from overseas now.
You know?
So now the competition gets bigger, and you can't just be an actor. Yeah. So now it's like, well, damn, Andre can fucking sing and dance. I need to learn how to sing and dance, and let me learn a couple languages.
Right.
You know,
let me learn a couple. It's not about just meeting it. It's about,
what's the extra
Take
thing?
it to the next level.
You know, so yeah, it makes
lessons or something. You know? I'm gonna get a parakeet. That's what I'm gonna do. Get a macaw sidekick at all times. That's gonna be my movie role.
Oh God. How far have you traveled for an acting gig?
The farthest I've gone for an acting gig.
Dun dun dun.
I don't think anywhere like crazy. Anywhere farther than like I've been to like Mexico. I did a music video in Mexico.
Oh shit!
That was interesting for a gentleman named Verlon Garcia. And it was like it's dope. I mean, it's cool. We did it in about a day, but we had to drive from like Joshua Tree into Calexico and then farther just into Mexico.
That where we saw the Bombay Beach thing?
Texaco? Or wait, what?
Calexico.
Yeah.
That was right next to Bombay.
That's next to it.
Yeah.
In Mexico. That was interesting because we had to drive it and then I had to walk out. Like I had to walk myself. They stayed and I had to drive back home, right? So I had to walk out of Mexico and at the time I had a Texas ID. And I was just like, they're like, what were you doing? I was like, shooting a music video. And he looked at me and he was like, no, you weren't. I was like, yeah, no, I was shooting a music video. Like, okay. It's like, no, I was like, no, for real, I was shooting a music video. He's like, okay.
What if you said no? He's like, oh, you got me. No.
Wait, why'd you have a Texas ID?
So right after high school, lived with my mom. Lived to Texas.
Okay, okay. I was just like, San Diego this, San Diego that, and then plot twist.
Lived in Texas for a year.
How was that? Well, first, how old were you when you?
I've lived in Texas before.
Okay.
When I was younger, bounced back and forth between San Diego and Texas and just around the area. You know, a lot of different places. But it was good. It was good. Lived with my mom, schooling, job, all that jazz out there. Wasn't for me. Thought I could. Went there for one intention. Didn't really get it. Left. Came back to San Diego. I was like, you know what? This is what I want to do, and started pursuing acting and modeling, and got into it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've seen your model shoots, and let's go ahead and pull up his Instagram real quick. Perfect.
I got the thing.
Let's go.
Oh wait, let me stop. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I'll pull up some porn.
Some what?
Pull up some porn by accident.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. Oh, what is this showing?
Oh, it might be your photos. Do the thing again. Or scroll.
Oh, no, I actually did. I know what you're about to say. Yeah, I actually did put it on there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. I literally pressed that. So why would
There you go. Ooh.
Gosh,
okay?
my arm is twitching right now. It's spazzing.
What people don't know is that these mics are actually 55 pounds each.
So, first of all, you know, this is Andre. Y'all go ahead, give the guy a follow. You know, look at it. Cool. So let's go ahead and click on not that one. This one. This is an interesting shoot.
Yes.
Explain this. This. I like the fit.
Thank you. So this was actually during all this commotion. About maybe 2 months ago. I was at FD photo shoot here in Los Angeles, downtown.
Yeah.
It was cool. And unfortunately, this day, 2 other models canceled the day of. So I had the whole shoot. I had to do all the outfits. It was like 10, 12 outfits, something like that. Crazy amount. But we were there for like 6 hours, 7 hours, just about, and shot just. So there's actually like, I'm not even kidding, like 1,000 some odd photos like this. Crazy amount.
Damn. Is this part of it too?
Yep, same one. And this is I don't know the designer of the last one, but this is Von Barry. He's in a lot of the stuff that I post. Same photo shoot.
It gives me Avatar: The Last Airbender vibes.
Yep, same one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the? This is pretty. It's an actual view. That outfit's sick.
Yeah, thank you.
Sick.
Yeah, it's sick.
Did you get to keep? Did you?
I don't.
Get to
I
keep
didn't get
sometimes.
sometimes I get to keep them. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I do. This one I didn't.
Damn! Because God knows if you did, you be here with it like, bam. What's up?
Showed up.
What's up?
Honestly, I would've been,
What's up?
Hey.
I'm hot, but don't worry, I'm good.
Yeah. Some of them you do, but obviously some of them like that. That's probably costs $500, $600, $700 for that. Because it's a designer type of thing, So it's, and honestly, putting some stuff on, you're like, oh, this is nice, but it's like, I don't want to breathe too hard because I don't want to pop a stitch. I can't afford that. $20 cufflinks.
What's this one right here?
Yeah. Right. So this was this was another all day shoot. This is in Venice.
Was that? Did they edit that to look like that? The color?
No. That's I don't know if it's still painted like that, but in Venice, on Venice Beach, one of the lifeguard towers was like that.
Oh,
and
shit.
This is actually towards the end of that shoot. This is like I'm not even kidding, like a 20-hour shoot. I was up for like 42 hours, and I don't even total disclaimer. All right, I'll get into it. I don't even do Adderall like that, but I did so much Adderall that whole time, bro. I know, my headache. I'm getting a headache thinking about it. Dude, it was awful. It was awful in that sense. A lot of fun. Photographers, the whole up and down. It was this editorial. It was called Raging Runways. We did another 12 fucking outfits type of thing, but it was in the sun at Venice. We met the night before. We just stayed up all night. Just had a great time, and that was one of those shoots.
So while we're on the topic about it,
Yes,
so
sir.
I see a lot of female models post, and there's just one chick in particular. I know her name, but it's kind of slightly irrelevant. But anyways, she posts about she will tell people, "Oh, watch out for this photographer. They're not safe to work with." And so what I want to know is, which I'm pretty sure you already know where I'm getting at. Do you, as a male model, have you been through with that kind of interesting situations with photographers?
Definitely.
That are.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wow. Okay.
One of the, actually the first, I'll call it, photo shoot I ever did was one of the most uncomfortable. Damn. I'm never fucking doing it type of situations kind of day there was. And I won't say names or anything like that, but
Call
it was
Bob.
I was real young, and I get I was literally just into it, just really getting into it. I had a friend that was a good model. He's done a bunch of shoots. He knew this photographer. He was of our friend group, the model, and it was all right, cool. Yeah, what's up? I'm gonna connect with him. So we started texting and just, hey, what do I need to do? How do I get successful in this? And he's just I'll keep you on, I'll let you know. Kind of weeks go by thing, and I get a text just randomly. Working at this summer, I worked at Burger Lounge.
Yeah, I like Burger Lounge.
He loves Burger Lounge.
I worked at Burger Lounge. I worked at one of the first in San Diego. And he's like, hey, if you can make it to this shoot, we're doing a boat shoot. I'm like, bet, yeah, what's up? He's like, just come in, basically come now. And I just really was in a work uniform, and I was like, fuck it. Run home, get in my car, with it down. And I'm looking for him, and I hear it before I see him, and there's just this big party going on in this little yacht, just and he comes out and he's like, hey, what's up, Andre? And he comes through, and he has to prep me before. He's like, hey. Yeah, but he's like, it does the whole hey, my guy.
Hey.
So anyway, here's the situation. This dude lays it down. He's like, hey, so a lot of personalities on the boat. Just be open.
There's a couch.
And you got to know me as I'm a pretty calm dude until you make me not calm. And then I'm not calm. And Blair knows that it was a very side note. We had a very simple like birthday thing with his sister.
Yeah.
Like I got so heated over just like a little comment.
Yeah, this dude said something to him.
It wasn't
and it wasn't to my sister. It was her friend or something.
Her friend. He was like pressing up on her, but she was like, "It's okay."
Yeah, and
but it really,
Andre wasn't okay. Andre stormed off. Like he went woo. He went.
I was like, "This is okay."
Yeah, he was like, "I'm about to fucking leave. This is my first time meeting this guy."
I just didn't like. It was disrespectful.
Yeah.
Back to the story. It's about to go on this boat, so I'm like, whatever. The guy putting it all together within 2 like seconds comes up and already like tries to grab up on me, like in that sense. And like I'm not kidding you when I'm not kidding. Like I almost broke his wrist type of shit. Like I had to get my friend had to like get me off. I was like, what the fuck is this? And he's like, you don't understand. This is like a top designer. This is really going to do your career. And I'm like, I was so young and heated. And he's like, do you want this type of thing? And I was like. What the fuck do I gotta do? And honestly, I was stupid. I should have said no because preceding Lee, it just got worse. Like that was like the minimum of how bad. Got onto the boat, had to put on this like skimpy, like I'm not kidding you, when it was like this much fucking material of a Speedo on. I'm like, my friend ended up like losing his phone. This one girl almost fell into the thing because she was too like inebriated. We like broke onto a boat. Like the top and bottom of this first thing was just shit, just awful. Got good photos, sure, why not? Sure, okay, great, but like not good. Not a good experience. And like getting in my car, I was like, why would I do this? Why going forward?
Yeah.
And then kind of like hit something like, okay, do it, but do it how you're going to do it. Do it in your sense, in your terms. Make your terms set. If you walk up to something like this and you say, no, walk the fuck out, you know? Let that be known that Andre Montano is like a dude that won't do shit like that.
Yeah.
And then proceedingly just going forward, like I said, just kind of cascaded into that networking ball of like, all right, well, what can I find on my own? What's going around? Mm-hmm. Is there modeling anything? Is there any sort of salvation here? And I started finding just some stuff, some, kind of reliable photographers here and there. But yeah, I get hit up with random sketchy shit. You know what I get more so than weird photographers is the buy followers. Here, buy like follower count shit. Here, pay like $50 for 500 likes or something like that. Yeah. I get that like 300 times a day. I hate that shit. That's the worst. That's like, what the hell? What is it? Who buys fucking? That's weird. I don't get that.
A lot of I heard through the grapevine, a lot of people do actually. A lot of the big influencers do it because it's so hard to get true organic following nowadays. Unless you get on a big TV show and everyone,
or
fucking likes it.
Or put lemon juice in your eyeballs or something like that.
Oh, God.
Like,
Yeah, this dude's crazy.
Oh, fuck yeah. What's his name? Fuck it, I can't remember.
No, I don't remember.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Supreme Patty.
Oh, that dude's fucking ugly.
Bro, but honestly, again, to the same attestment, he made it. Like, I can't really say much. Like, I couldn't
not
do
all
it.
looks, I understand.
It's not
but
like,
still.
and it's not like to me, it doesn't make sense. And it's like, bro, how do you like that? Like, how is that cool? Like, that's how you make your mark. But shit.
Did you actually and before we go on break real quick, have you guys seen what he used to look like?
Yeah.
He's usually buff. Like, I was like, God damn, bro. Like, what the fuck happened? But I get it. People go through stuff.
He got acne bad too. It was real bad.
Yeah. But I mean, like, hey, he can afford to pay for whatever treatment he can want to ever.
It's funny you say that he made it because like I haven't heard that name in like
fucking
half a year.
He says something.
This guy with the snuggie.
Oh, somebody's here.
It's
Marquette.
It's Marquette.
Fuck Marquette.
How you doing?
How you doing?
All right. Let's just go to break real quick. Sorry, Marquette. We're gonna go to break real quick. We'll be right back, and then we're gonna show you some cool stuff of Andre.
Yeah,
that's right. We'll be right back. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Whoa! Hold on, guys. Why we just sound like some kid TV show from the 90s or something? Whoa!
If I didn't grow up.
Oh, hell no.
That was sick.
God. All right, guys. What's up, Isaiah? Thanks for tuning in at a late time. Marquette, you a bitch. No, I'm playing. I love you, dude. You know, Marquette and my sister always be talking shit to each other. It's so
Always.
funny.
I love that. That's
He
kind of
always
one of
will
my
clown on her all
It's
the
a
time.
beautiful relationship.
Yeah. All right. So, Mr. Andre has work, guys, as you know, and we're gonna pull up an episode of a TV show that you did called Recruited.
Recruited, yeah. This is a web series
Let's
did.
let's pull it up and then as we're pulling up, talk about it as we go.
Let's do it. Recruited.
Bow, bow, bow. Fun fact, yes, guys, don't worry. The games and stuff will come at a later time in life. You guys already know. I like your fit, though, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was hot as hell.
You look, if I had to cast you as a very successful man that's been doing what he's doing for years and just kind of, coasting. All right, cool.
Hey, here it is.
Andre right here, y'all.
How's it going?
Look at that.
I think I'm in the clear. That girl Carla Rinaldi, her mom's coming in today to sign all the paperwork. And I really thought my week was cooked for a while there. And on my first month out,
Oh no.
Do you not like watching yourself sometimes?
It's a little cringy, and I'm sure being being another actor, it's a little cringy sometimes. Yeah. You're like, why did I do it that way? Open your mouth. Like, what are you doing? Why does your lip look like that? There's always.
I can tell you with validity that I'm fucked. Capital F. Anything can happen in 24 hours. I've seen it.
don't worry.
So tell us a little bit about this. How'd you get this? What was the process?
So living in San Diego while I lived down there, still have this agency, but I got signed to an agency called Shame and Freitas.
Mm-hmm.
They emailed me with this opportunity about an audition for this local, web series going about. Described it as this real long email, and I was really, really excited. Day of, I ended up getting there, and I ended up being late. I can't necessarily remember if it was traffic or if it was something other, but I was there right on time, and I was under the impression to get there at that time posted, but that was actually like the end of when they were seeing people. So I was the last person they were gonna see. Period. It was like running, hey, cool, last on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting for. I'm not kidding. There was like 60, 70 people going through, and they give you just a little script, cold read, few characters they want you to get familiar with. One of them being this character, Eric Benson, and then another one that I had to practice for. So I was just going through it, trying to be as enthusiastic and energetic as I can, and just in the audition of it, just had a great time with them. The reader, the director of the series was signed with the same agency as me back in the day. Damn. So there was a few connections there, and just reading for it, just had a lot of fun, and went for it, and maybe like a week and a half later heard that I got the part. And it was all filmed in San Diego at his studio. It's escaping my name. The studio is escaping me. But all filmed locally down there. Got it done in a month. We were able to shoot it all within a month, knock those 12 episodes out, and just show up, every weekend. We did it, I believe, every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just, knocked it out that way. It was a lot of fun.
That was dope.
A lot of fun.
I was gonna say, quality wise, that looks awesome. Looks just like The Office.
Great, man.
Yeah, it was cool to
great.
do. They still workshopping it, still working into see if we can get it somewhere. Even I'm willing to do it again. I'm willing to redo the whatever we need to, because I just like the storyline of it. The creator of the whole thing, she was who you saw. What's her name in the series? Sergeant something. But the woman you just saw there, she's the wife of the man who this is all about. So he was a military recruiter, and she would just hear all these stories about how, you know, you're not going to believe what I had to do today. You know, all these kids I got to talk to, you know, kind of stuff. And through all these horror stories, she just wrote them out and created the series. And she's an actress, and was like, you know what, let's do it. Why not? And it was cool. It was a lot of cool. It was cool to have him there. We used a lot of like authentic uniforms, and a lot of the terminology was, you know, on par, because he was right there like checking us. This is what they would do there, you know, what they wouldn't do. So you learn a lot of that stuff, you know, that I didn't normally know, you know. So it was pretty cool. It was a cool experience, you know.
That's dope. Yeah, because I was gonna say, you watch those shows like Grey's Anatomy, I'm like, there's got to be a doctor just checking
there
people.
Is, yeah, there's someone there, and there's
So on that, actually, Haya, her dad's friend is a doctor, and he is like one of the doctors that helps out for that show.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, so like she told me like, oh yeah, he's one of the doctors that will like be there sometimes, like for those big ass words they have to say.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like they know what it actually means. So when they say it, you can see that expression.
Right.
I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, those words would be hard.
In fact checking too, probably, right?
Oh, yeah,
That's probably in writing, but yeah.
So another thing I want to ask you is, is there anything that you try to avoid changing about when it comes to your appearance? Like, are you one of those, like, hey, I have to say, like, one of those actors that, like, oh, I won't cut my hair, or, you know, I won't, you know, are you like,
I'm totally, so before this, actually, my hair was longer. My hair was longer. It was actually right kind of around the time we met.
Yeah.
I used to have really long hair that was like down to here. And it wasn't for this necessarily that I cut it, but I cut it and then got this kind of audition and stuff. So I've always been willing to, and I only had my hair long for a modeling campaign. I had a certain designer that liked the look of me with long hair. So for about 1.5 years, whenever I would do shoots, he'd want it in like a man bun type of thing. So I had that. And then when it was kind of like, all right, cool, this line's over, you know, we're good with it, you know, cut it. I'm not one of those guys that has a particular, I like the challenge of it. It's like, hey, can you gain a few pounds and like be a little chubbier? Yeah, I'll try it. Yeah, give me a second. I think that's cool. One of my idols is, you know, like Christian Bale is one of those kind
I was
of
about to bring him up.
Yeah.
Like he said last year that he doesn't want to do that no more.
It takes a lot.
Yeah, it takes a lot.
It takes a lot. But would I be up for the challenge of? Fuck yeah. Would I be down for the challenge of losing 60 pounds and then gaining another 80 for something? Yeah, I would be. I think that'd be a lot of, in that you learn your character. In that's kind of the point of the art, is to with like I said, with my body, I'm able to now express this emotion or this feeling, or somebody in that status, I can do that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think that'd be cool.
Nice.
I look forward to those kinds of like, hey, so love everything, but do me a favor, grow your hair out. Let me get you with a beard. See you in 6 months, gain 20 pounds. All right, let's
All
get
right,
it.
hey babe, I'm getting fat.
Let's get it, yeah.
Throw all the burger lounges this way.
Hey, Burger Lounge, shout out.
Sponsored by
Good point.
Burger
Hey,
Lounge.
started from the bottom. Now it's hey.
I know there has, because there's definitely been one for me, for sure. Has there been a challenging project that you've done that you were like, damn, whew, this is a lot, man. This is a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I had to play. I had to portray.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's up? I had to portray a homosexual man in a short film.
Oh wow.
And what was really just daunting kind of about that was it wasn't even that. I didn't have to portray a homosexual man. I had to portray, because it was all this like, it had to do with a mental disorder. So it had to do with all kind of like mind illusions and stuff. I had to do a woman's interpretation of a gay man. So like, how would a woman interpret a gay dude?
Oh, wow.
And I had to physically play that on screen. Because I'm not going to give it away because it's just a short film, but it's a short film that deals with mental disorders. It's called Him and Her. It's beautifully written. It's by this director named Aaron Castillo out of Las Vegas. Written, directed by, and it's a really cool story about kind of just this back and forth between what you think is kind of happening, and at the end it ends up being something else. And in that character, I really throughout the whole thing had to kind of bury the lead. So you think you're watching like, you know, just a gay couple fighting or something going on, but really watch till the end, because it's like, oh, what? It's a whole mind melting kind of thing. But that took a lot of prep, and that took a lot of prep of like hitting up some of my, you know, gay friends, and I would, you know, kind of just, you know, shoot the shit, go to lunch, look at some mannerisms, how they would approach a situation, how something would bother them in something situation, how something would make them, you know, happy. And you get that, right? And then kind of, I also at the time had roommates. I lived in, me, my girlfriend, and then our 2 roommates were lesbian couple. So then watching their kind of mannerisms with stuff. And it's not necessarily in that same graph, but like a woman, like a gay woman doing something is kind of like a whole interesting thing as well. So you kind of marry a lot of different mannerisms and stuff together. And what I would do is what I call walk my character. I would like, his name is Stevie. I'd be in Stevie, and I'd go like order Jack in the Box as such, talk as such, walk as, drive as such, you know, go to the grocery store and go, you know, knock out groceries or some shit, but use the cart as such, or, you know, ask as such kind of thing. And that was really just exhausting, because it's like that's a whole like different body flow, a whole different muscle thing that you're working. And just like mentality that by the end of the production, I was so just drained. I think I just slept for like 2 days straight afterwards. I was so just dead tired, because it takes a lot of commitment in it. But it was good. It was fun. And it's actually streaming on Reverie right now.
Reverie,
which is an LGBTQ
streaming platform.
Thank you. Yes. I usually don't say that right. LGBTQ. Yes. Streaming service online, Reverie.
So many.
so
many streaming.
So many.
I just saw. I'm getting these like little ads for this Christian service streaming, and it actually like kind of reeled me in, because I recognized some of the actors, and I was like, "Whoa, you're on this, right? And I was like, "Let me look into this," and then
how much they paying you?
And then there's this other one called Urban TV, and it has Marcus Houston, if you remember him from
what's the dancing one?
You Got Served.
Yep.
He's doing a thing called a dance movie called something Hampton or something like that.
I was like, please be served. Please, like, served back.
And I was just like,
a dish best served cold.
I was just like, what is he doing? Like, you know what I mean? And and then also Trey Songz is in a movie on that same streaming.
Trey Songz?
Yeah.
I thought he was singing.
He does a little acting and everything. He did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing.
Singing. That's right. It's Slash. It's that Slash thing. You can't just be a singer anymore. You got to be a Slash something.
So, there's so many of them. There's the Peacock TV that came out that was kind of early.
Yeah. What is it, Quibi? That's another one.
Are you
like
still?
Quibi. You still have the subscription? Okay.
Yeah.
Mine expired.
Yeah, I have Quibi. Yeah, it's cool. Quibi is nice because it's like 8 minutes.
But that's like the new. That's what I'm saying. Like Him and Her, that short film. It's only, I think, 16, 17 minutes. I think that's like the new arc of cinema, of streaming stuff, is kind of. And I'll be honest, I don't know a lot of people. Let me rephrase this. I think anymore attention spans are dwindling down.
Oh, 100%.
That it's harder to have like a 2-hour movie. It's harder
unless
to
it's
have,
really
just really good.
Really
but
good.
like I was watching stuff, back from 1950 something, 1960. A good movie, and even just contention of movies were just like 2 hours long. That was just like normal. Just telling a story, and people like sat and you watched, and it was you had the attention span. Anymore, you're on your phone. You're just right there. You can just watch, whatever.
TikTok's the best example for that, because it's all like 15 seconds.
15 to a minute.
Yeah.
Just quick. You can blame that on Vine.
Yeah, that's 6
Vine pretty much started that.
I love Vine.
It was nice,
Vine
but it
was
started
nice.
that trend of like People want short, quick, bam, bam.
If you can't give me 6 seconds of entertainment, I don't want it. Next, you know.
Now they like, okay, we'll take a minute, but that's about it. No more, no more.
And if you can't get it done in a minute, so that's what it is anymore. I think is like that arc of the reveries, the peacocks, the urban, streaming stuff. It's like those are going to be the new arcs of what you're going to be watching. Eventually, watch. Netflix is going to be straight phone. I'll tell you all the time if I'm doing, and it's probably not the best thing, but if I'm like driving from like here to Vegas or something, which is like 4.5 hours, I know the road, right? Like I know the path. So I'll just put on like a Netflix show in the background just to like help allot the time. You know what I mean? And like that's just going to be the thing is like I feel like people are just anymore. If it's not this big, then I'm not gonna. Bigger than this, I'm not gonna watch it. If it's not longer than
I see what you're saying.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna watch it.
I was telling Joe that a podcast that we kind of listened to, they were talking about sketch comedy and how back then for like YouTube sketch comedy was they ran YouTube and then all these other different like elements of things, what people like food stuff and all that, just fashion, makeup and all the reviewing, all that stuff came out. But like sketch comedy nowadays on YouTube, the algorithm doesn't do as good as it used to. And to make the algorithm even acknowledge you, it has to be 10 minutes. Yeah. But if you're gonna do a sketch comedy, 10 minutes, it has to be good from start to finish.
That's a long thing.
That's a long time to do a sketch. Now you have like who's the dudes that Eli watches?
Oh, Trudley's and Trevor Wallace and stuff like that.
They have bits in 10 minutes. So that's a little different. But to take like
a bunch of bits in that time.
and that's easy. But to take like one storyline and make that into 10 minutes as a funny all the way through.
Put it this way, 2 minutes on film can take anywhere from like 6 to like 7 hours just to get that 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, of course.
A 2-minute scene is like that's a day. Like just a scene, and I'm not kidding. Like time it 2 minutes and like 15 seconds, whole day. Yeah. So to have like 10 minutes of just a one line, whatever, that's hard. That is.
It is. It's very hard. So. Like I was saying, like for our Dirty Boy stuff, it works out that it's like 5 minutes. Yeah. But to try to make that to 10 minutes, man, we better be somebody.
Right.
But
see,
then
like
it's just, you gotta.
The other day we were talking, it would have to kind of be incorporated of those other stories. It would be like bits, kind of in that sense.
Yeah.
Of like a hard 4-minute story, then another 4-minute story.
Yeah, and all in one.
2-minute conclusion.
Yeah.
And then bow.
It's not. It's people's attention span does not work too well.
Doesn't work like that anymore. But I mean, hey, you got to go with the times. That's how it is.
Got to.
Yep.
Beforehand, there used to not be colored pictures. Now look at it. Beforehand, there used to not be, CGI. That used to be kind of like frowned upon to like use and stuff. Now it's used in fucking everything.
Yep.
Yeah, which by the way, my favorite movie kind of introduced that. Star Wars.
So there you go.
Yeah, Star Wars.
See?
That's
how do you compete? How do you compete with basically a Western told in fucking space? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what?
It's a game changer.
You can't.
At that time, it was for sure.
Could you imagine? Like, my mind would melt. I think about that all the time. Do you guys know that comedian Nick Swartzen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He has a bit where he's like, can you imagine showing like Transformers back in like 1920s or something? People's minds would fucking melt.
This is not real.
This is not real. Right. So,
we knew this day was gonna come.
I couldn't imagine fucking Star Wars back when it was like pure, dude. When nothing else was out like that.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck.
Besides like E.T., but that was definitely
E.T. was another big one too. Yeah. Because that was like animatronic. That was like, is that a fucking real alien?
Yeah. I was like, what?
What is that thing?
And then
Drew, get away from that.
James Cameron, Aliens, also changed the game. Because
they
use prosthetic for that.
James Cameron puts his hands on though. That dude is just
he's good. He's good.
When are they making Avatar 2? It's been like 10 years.
I know.
He has. I know. I've overheard that he has
Jesus.
the most of them already written.
That's what he said.
And stuff. And then I think last year or the year before last, they said that he was working on 4 of them all at the same time. That's Avatar.
But even like that was what, 2010? So not what, 10 years ago. That was big, like productions of like, all right, cool, people are liking that.
Yeah.
You don't see that. That was what everything was 3D. Remember when everything was 3D? You know. You
Yeah.
just-
Oh yeah, the 3D.
Every fucking thing.
Everything.
was 3D.
Everything.
Yep.
You know who? Ooh, who was I fucking talking to about it? So, I think too is to go back to what you said, how people enjoyed the stories
Yeah.
of movies. That nowadays it's not the story that really keeps people there.
No.
And so when I hear people talk about, so there's always like, I guess there's probably a few things I can contest this, but I always hear people talk about, like, same with TV shows, despite TV shows and movies. They'll be like, oh man, the first 2 seasons was good, but the 3rd and 4th wasn't.
Yeah.
And I ask them why.
Yeah.
And I know why they don't like it. It's because of the story.
Right.
Now, most of the time, I feel like the average person just watches a show just to watch it.
Yeah.
Whereas like you and I, we're watching it on a different level.
Yeah.
And we understand the writing. And I understand, like, you can't have a movie just always keep going up and up and up and up, 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 up,
Yeah.
up, 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 up.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how many, like, you can't have 9 movies just always go up.
Yeah,
So when
yeah.
Force Awakens came out, it was like, bam. And
Yeah.
plus it was like years.
Right.
But, and then you have The Last Jedi, which, yes, the story was kind of, but
liked it, honestly. I liked these last ones.
it was
Yeah.
cool. It was cool, but people, the average person thinks that every movie has to have like a super like has to keep going up.
Right.
But when you're telling a story, there has to be a moment where everything's calm. Like the heroes, everything's kind of taking a little break, and then at the end, then you like, oh fuck, the evil villain's back. And it's just like, you're not seeing it from the art. Like
Without
God.
an ebb, you can't have a flow kind
Yeah.
of thing. Without the calm, you can't have an apex. You
Yeah.
can't have that climax without knowing what that low of the low was.
Yeah.
I tell people that all the time. Is like that's another thing. Like it's an unappreciated type of storytelling. It's
Yeah.
like, let me take you up and then down.
Yeah.
So you feel this
Yes.
commiseration,
Yes.
and then all right, cool. Feel the story's arc.
Yeah, I feel it.
because in real life, no one's life is straight arc. No one's life
Yeah.
is straight climax.
Yeah.
We're usually down where we have to find some sort of redemption.
Of course.
Where we have to find some sort of like solace or silver lining
Mm-hmm.
of the situation. And then you can start to find a climax and stuff. Storytelling in movies is so nice because you can hyperbolize the situation. If it's something like Lion King,
Yeah.
that's like what is it, like Hamlet, right? The idea of like a dad that was like this patriarch, kind ruler dies out, and now you got to step up, type of thing. And it's like you wouldn't feel Simba's story unless Mufasa died.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
course.
gotta have that. You gotta have
Yeah.
that
'Cause there's stakes.
Because it
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
It's just like, damn it.
Yeah, it just kind of takes away from, Simba can't ever
So,
grow, really.
Right.
He
So
doesn't
like,
get to grow.
what would be the point of like, hey, so like Mufasa makes it up, kicks the shit out of Scar, and throws his ass over. Fuck, I tell you.
Yeah,
like,
right.
What is that story?
Yeah.
You need to have those stories that go up and down, and as such with that. And I think a lot of with that, it's like they want the story and the action to be up and up and
Yeah.
up. And if it's not, then it's boring.
Yeah, of course.
Stop talking. What is this dialogue scene? It's
Yeah.
like this is setting up for that giant ass scene that you're about
Yes,
to get. Otherwise,
yes,
it would just
yes.
be like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Bright lights.
It's like
and stuff.
Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Great
Right.
story. Yeah,
Yeah, of course they could have
taken.
taken the fucking Eagles. Of course they could have taken. I knew you were getting that. Of course they could have taken the Eagles all the way. That's not the point.
yes, they could have.
Of course they could have. Motherfuckers were big as shit.
Yes.
That's
You know what I've started noticing in the past probably like 8 years is video games have taken that element of what movies do, and now video games, instead of being like just action and kind
Yeah.
of like here's a kind of a story, now here's a story. Like
It's a
my favorite
cinematic from-
my favorite game that I've never played but watched is Last of Us. The storyline is just it's a movie
and they're
itself.
using actual actors.
Yeah, it's a movie itself.
Like if you watch the production of it, it's like they have the suits on.
Yeah.
and it's actors there, and it's.
Yeah.
I think that's the new arc of like you want to tell a movie, you got to make a video game because that's where people's attentions is.
Oh, yeah.
is in
Yeah.
that desensitized kind of like, all right, cool. whatever. But yeah, those stories anymore. Video games are getting fucking sick with their storytelling.
They are getting.
What's the new Star Wars one that had?
Fallen Order
with the Cameron.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. He played Joker,
but
and
he kills it.
Yeah,
kills
great.
it. Absolutely
Yeah, I love that.
Dope-ass story.
Yeah,
fucking sick story or gameplay.
Yeah,
and it's like you're playing as an actor, and I think that's like anymore where it's gonna be, where you're gonna get those great kind of rich arc stories.
Yeah,
because like you're saying, it's a lot of it's just like up, and people complain if you have that. You need the ebb.
You need that little. So yeah, when people tell me like, oh yeah, second season or something sucks, I'm like, well, did it really, or you just look like, or do you not understand the whole point of it? You know,
you gotta give it a second.
Yeah, you gotta give it a second.
Put your phone down.
And then there are other people say second season wasn't good, but you just get past it, and then it's like better. It's it's better. That game is dope. Playing it right now. Oh, sick. Fallen Order or.
Last of Us.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's Jordan. What's up, Jordan?
Yeah, the Last of Us. Or the Jedi. What? Yeah, that's a good game.
Yes.
I mean, you can apply the same concept to music because you get your intro, verse, chorus, and then verse again, chorus, bridge, chorus.
I love.
You get all the emotions and dynamic range in there. Yeah.
I gravitate more to things that tell stories. Yeah. So, like, I'm more of like I like comedy, but I'm more of a drama actor because I just love the amount of stuff that goes into that.
Right.
Zayn Till Dusk or something. Like one of his music videos is a story music video. And I love music videos like that that have a story to it instead of like, oh, here's just a music video.
There's some stuff going on.
Yeah. No, I love stuff like that.
I used to like when like bands would do like one music video and then it like led to like a to be
Oh
continued.
yes,
Like you know who's really good at that? Fall Out Boy was the best at that.
Yeah.
Yes, their whole album. Their whole Thanks for the Memory.
album,
No, their one in
Fall
2013.
Yeah, they're playing Fall Out.
Yeah, their
that's a
whole
good
album
game.
in 2013 was literally it was a storyline from start to finish.
It was
I was like,
sick.
yeah, that's
damn,
dope.
They went through. They went for it.
That was the
That
was
good.
Storytelling, man. Yeah.
good old days.
Good old days.
Well, I think that's it. Anything? Any closing statements? Any?
Thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun. It was cool
Yeah, he flew all the way
fun.
from Australia, guys.
All the way from down under. Crikey. From the
any
mate.
projects? Anything's coming up that you know? Like,
got some stuff coming up. I have like some shoots and stuff. Possible music video coming out.
He does sing.
But more so I'll be the guy. But
like,
yeah,
oh,
maybe I'll sing sometime.
Watch you like do it, and then they have you sing, and then bam, your sing crew. Like, here it is.
Hey.
I gotta make a couple albums now.
But no, it's good to be here. It's good to see people throughout this whole time.
Right.
Yeah. this has been treasure and a half. It's been cool.
Yeah, because you're a second guest back for our season 2.53.
2.53.
2.53-ish.
I like that.
Yeah,
That's
man.
not pie? That's not pie.
It's so
That's
hard
not
to get people to do this, but we both understand.
And you have to. Like I've had so
thank
much
you. Thank you.
Yeah. No, anytime. I've had so much cancellation throughout this time, and it's bittersweet, but you got to be as safe as you can, and take showers. Everyone take your showers.
Wait, what?
Brush your teeth.
Hold up. You're talking crazy.
Crazy. Joe's like, I smell fine.
About that
After the show.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a shot.
All right. Yeah.
Anything
Nothing
from you, Blair?
No, not a damn thing.
Thank you, Andre Montano.
Montano.
Potato. Montano.
Montano.
Andre Montano.
That's what I said.
Montano.
Potato. No, just kidding. Montano.
Andre Potato.
Cool.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Later, guys.
Peace.